Welcome into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's the show that highlights Giles, Lawrence, and Maury counties from the pages of your local newspapers. I'm Scott Stewart, publisher of your local newspapers. They are the Pulaski Citizen, Main Street Maury, and the Lawrence County Advocate. Here are some events you will find in this week's editions of your local newspapers. In Lawrence County, the West End Community Club Breakfast will be held November 22nd from 6:30 to 9 a.m. at the Community Club building, and there will be two chances to give blood with the American Red Cross in Lawrence County coming up soon. One is tomorrow, November 20th at First United Methodist Church, and the other is December 4th at the Summertown Saddle and Bridle Club. Find out all about that and more in this week's edition. In Maury County, Mount Pleasant has a very pleasant Christmas tree lighting planned for November 29th, and there will be two chances to give blood with the American Red Cross in Maury County, November 20th and November 26th, and all of that is in this week's edition. In Giles County, Discover Giles. The annual Pulaski Citizen magazine highlighting Giles County is out this week, and subscribers will find a copy in the paper that is delivered to your mailbox. Discover Giles can also be found at businesses all across Giles County and at our offices here at 101 South 1st Street on the Pulaski Square. We'd love to get you a copy of your local newspaper every week delivered to your mailbox with a subscription. Here's how to get your subscription started now. Call 931-363-3544. Call 931-762-1726 or call 615-452-4940. Or you can visit these websites, PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMurray.com, and LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net. Any of those websites, any of those numbers can get you all the information you need to find out about any newspaper from Main Street Media. All right, Andrew, Chandler, Maurice, and yours truly will be along in just a few minutes with all of our weekly wraps. And let's just go ahead and get our wrap started today. We'll be right back.
This is Chandler Harmon bringing you this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrap. And we'll start this week with our citizen spotlight of Robert White. His photo graces the spot of honor at the top and center of our front page. Also in A1, Director of Schools Vicki Beard addressed the Giles County Commission and raised her concerns about the public response to school funding, where she clarified the Board of Education is responsible for paying the school bonds and not the county. Beard also raised her concerns of political materials on school grounds, which she stated violated Board Policy 1.806. Giles County celebrated Veterans Day with a parade and ceremony on the Pulaski Square and featured guest speakers and the honor guard who made the presentation of colors prior to the ceremony. Meijer Hill will host its annual turkey shoot on Saturday, November 22nd, and its city Christmas dinner and festival on Saturday, December 6th. Inside, PES Power Board ratified paperwork to progress the Solar Flexibility 2.0 project that they have been working on. The board signed a new agreement with the TVA to expand local generation and renewable energy. Members noted they could review it again next year. Paranormal Inc. is set to host 2 ghost hunting sessions on November 22nd at the Antoinette Hall Opera House. State troopers are reminding the public to be aware of deers on the highway as we enter into peak season. Bo is this week's GCHA Pet Corner Pet of the Week. And as always, the Pulaski Citizen has backward glances, property transfers, obituaries, public government notices, church directory, community briefs, fun and games, Tennessee Valley weather, and church briefs. Well, that's it for us. We'll be right back after this.
Is your internet slowing you down? Well, it's time for an upgrade. Unleash the speed you need at home or at work with CPWS Internet. You can get speeds up to 1 gig for as low as $70 a month. No contracts, no hassle, just pure, powerful internet. Give us a call today at 931-375-7777 to order. Local service, local support, CPWS.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
Busy Bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy Bee,
Not ready, guys.
Call 775-7833.
The Lawrence County Advocate Wrap starts this week with the announcement of a community development block grant to help with improvements to the Leoma Utility District water system. That's on A1, along with photos from Kerry Staggs and Barry Mashburn of the Lawrence County Veterans Day Parade. And finally on A1, the Darrell Worley Foundation has expanded its mission into Lawrence County. Find out all about that right there on A1 this week. Inside, charges against 2 Lawrence County Sheriff's deputies who were indicted by a federal grand jury in 2023 have been dismissed by a federal judge. The American Red Cross is encouraging donors to level up their impact by giving blood or platelets this month. The Phi Chapter DKG presented many grants to local teachers. State troopers remind drivers that it is deer season on Tennessee roads as well as in the woods. Conservative voice in Tennessee, Steve Gill, spoke at the October 28th meeting of the Lawrence County Republicans. Trey Donovan reminds us we've been blessed to bless others. The LCHS class of 1965 had a reunion recently, and we've got the photo in this week's edition. Mr. Henry says, watch your tongue and your neck. And there's a lot more to see in the Advocate this week, including local obituaries, local community announcements, government notices, auctions and estate sales, 2 pages of puzzles and comics, the local weather from Tennessee Valley Weather, and the local church directory. Well, that's it for this week's Lawrence County Advocate Wrap, and we'll be right back right after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Busy Bee, yeah, Busy Bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Busy Bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy Bee,
Not
Busy
ready,
Bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Is your internet slowing you down? Well, it's time for an upgrade. Unleash the speed you need at home or at work with CPWS Internet. You can get speeds up to 1 gig for as low as $70 a month. No contracts, no hassle, just pure, powerful internet. Give us a call today at 931-375-7777 to order. Local service, local support, CPWS.
Hello, Maury County. I'm your Main Street Maury reporter, Andrew Pearson, and this is the news for November 19th issue. The City of Columbia recognized Owen Sumners for serving a year abroad in the National Guard before returning to his work as a city firefighter. The City Council also approved updates to the Fire Code, $30 million in bonds to help fund the new CPWS pipeline and projects, $500,000 to the improvements to the rec center, and switching solid waste service from the county to United Disposal Partners. The council denied CD3 zoning for a neighborhood on LaSalle Road and were criticized by public commenters for putting the Water's Edge at Taylor Landing apartment complex back on the agenda. Mount Pleasant is planning a very pleasant Christmas on its square on November 29th. The event will happen alongside and support Small Business Saturday, and Visit Mount Pleasant encourages parents to get some Christmas shopping done while taking their kids around to family-friendly activity stations. Marine Corps League Detachment 1286 celebrated their Corps' 250th birthday last weekend. The Continental Congress incorporated the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps on November 10, 1775, 8 months ahead of the USA's own separation from Great Britain, which we will all celebrate next July in our, semi-quincentennial anniversary, meaning half of 500 years. Finally, the Spring Hill Board of Mayor and Aldermen have been deciding lately which capital improvement projects they want to do most. The Mayor and Aldermen ranked the uncommitted long-term projects by priority and put the library, Buckner Road, and widening Highway 31 at the top of the list. They also opted to do 7 smaller projects in the next 10 years for a total of $543 million. Finally, Carrie Staggs interviewed local mom Kate Burt, who wrote a children's book for her baby son. She drafted Eli and Friends Dino Treasure Hunt in the short gaps between child-rearing tasks and used her training in visual art to illustrate the story. Copies feature a coloring section on the back pages and are for sale now on Amazon. In our other news, Habitat for Humanity makes a Christmas present of 2 houses to 2 single mothers and their children. The American Red Cross are now advertising for blood donors going into the winter. My wife Sarah wrote about going on the thrift soiree that shuttled shoppers between 5 thrift stores in Columbia last Thursday. Columbia State Community College created a scholarship in memory of volunteer firefighter Mitchell Earwood. And on page A8, our Maury resident Hickman County reporter Dave Campbell published the photos he took of last week's Northern Lights display. Anyway, that's the A section news for this week. Thank you for tuning into our wrap. Next up is coverage of our B section, full of sports news, op-eds, classifieds, puzzles, and more. And thank you once again for giving your attention and your dollar to local journalism.
Is your internet slowing you down? Well, it's time for an upgrade. Unleash the speed you need at home or at work with CPWS Internet. You can get speeds up to 1 gig for as low as $70 a month. No contracts, no hassle, just pure, powerful internet. Give us a call today at 931-375-7777 to order. Local service, local support, CPWS.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Hey, I'm Maurice Patton, Regional Sports Editor for Main Street Media. Our Southern Middle Tennessee properties, the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury, once again, are all full of high school football action. In the Pulaski Citizen, both Giles County and Richland picked up big wins in the second round of state playoff action this past weekend. Giles County defeating McMinn Central and Richland defeating South Fulton. We've got details from Chandler, Harmon, and from Mark Mize on those 2 ball games. So be sure and check out the November 19th print edition of the Pulaski Citizen for details on both those ball games. In the Lawrence County Advocate, we've got coverage of the Wildcats' loss in the second round up at Knoxville Halls on Friday night. Unfortunate ending for the Wildcats, but a great season for the Wildcats in their first year under Garrett Barnett. Again, coverage of the Wildcats' second round Class 5A road loss up at Knox Halls in the November 19th Lawrence County Advocate. Main Street Maury, it's a tough weekend for our local football teams as Columbia Central, Mount Pleasant, Spring Hill, and Independence all dropped second round matchups. We've got coverage of all of those in the Wednesday print edition again of Main Street Maury. We've also got coverage of Columbia State basketball as Volunteer State came to the Webster Athletic Center last week, and with them came a couple of former Santa Fe boys basketball standouts, Alton Slaughter and Macon Atkinson. We were able to catch up with both of them after that matchup as the Chargers took care of business at home against visiting Volunteer State. Again, coverage of that in this week's Main Street Maury. In all three of the papers, in the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury, we've got our contributions from outdoors writer extraordinaire Larry Woody, as well as Mostradamus' Division I state quarterfinal picks for this coming weekend in state playoff action. We've also got preseason previews for boys and girls basketball and for wrestling, because all three of those sports get started this week with regular season play. So be sure and pick up, again, the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and or Main Street Maury for all of that information and more, including this week's winter sports schedule. So all that in the sports sections on our websites at PulaskiCitizen.com, LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net, and MainStreetMaury.com. I'm Maurice Patton. We'll see y'all next week.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
A good Wednesday morning, Taylor Pratt here. Quick update on your forecast starting off for Wednesday morning. A lot of clouds around, maybe an isolated shower or two. Most places will be dry for your Wednesday, getting to the afternoon hours. Partly to mostly sunny skies expected. Temperatures very warm, getting up into the middle and upper 70s across the area. Still hanging on to those 60s during your Wednesday evening. If you have any plans, should be good to go. Nice and dry with just a few clouds. Things change, though, once we get into your Thursday morning. As you see here, notice off to the west, showers and storms starting to creep on in. We should be mostly dry here across central Tennessee during your Thursday morning with just some clouds around, maybe an isolated shower by the time we get into the mid to late morning hours. Better rain chances will be moving on through during your Friday as well. Warm temperatures will continue not only today but into tomorrow as well, with mid-70s expected. Then a cold front moves through Friday night into Saturday morning. That will drop our temperatures back down into the 60s. And then we're dry for a couple of days. Then rain chances, they start to creep back in once we get into Tuesday of next week.
Hey, that's it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee this week. Make sure you get a copy of your local newspaper so that you don't miss a minute or a second of the coverage that we have lined up for you all across Southern Middle Tennessee. For more information on subscribing to any of our local newspapers, you can visit one website, and one website will do it all. That is MainStreetMediaTN.com. That's MainStreetMediaTN.com. And again, we thank you for trusting us as your source for local news, information, sports, and more. And good Lord willing, we're going to be right back here next week on Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.